All right, next game, Rams at the Dolphins. This line open up Rams -3.5. It's up to 4, actually 4.5 at one sportsbook. So, who do you like in this game?
I like the Dolphins quite a bit here. I know everyone's kind of on the Rams. They just won on national television, and they beat the Bears, who had a 5-1 record, and they beat them pretty soundly. But really, the Bears didn't do anything on offense, like at all. Like they were pinned deep the whole night, and Nick Foles could not get the ball to anyone. Like he had Darnell Mooney wide open for a potential touchdown, and he didn't have time to make the throw. David Montgomery continues to run like a slug. It's just that offense is brutal to watch, and it's baffling to me that team is coached by an offensive-minded coach because it just does not look pretty at all. And I think that the Dolphins do have a question. Tua Tagovailoa is making his first start, and we've never seen him play at the NFL level. So there is some concern that if he comes out jittery or isn't quite ready or needs a couple games to get acclimated, this might, this game could go very wrong very fast. But I think Brian Flores is a good coach, so he knows what he's doing. Installing Tua as the starter before the bye week and giving him this whole time to prepare to face the Rams, I think is smart. We'll see if he's ultimately right about replacing Ryan Fitzpatrick, who was playing very well. Again, I was surprised by that move, but Tua, I think, is one of the most talented quarterback prospects I've seen in quite some time. He got overlooked because of his injury issues this past year, but I think he could be every bit as good as Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert if he's healthy. So we'll see if that happens, but I just think the Dolphins have the weapons needed to compete, potentially win this game against the Rams. I'll want to see them get pressure on Goff, but the one thing they definitely can do is take away his receivers, because Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, Noah Igbenogany, that secondary is very good. So I think if they can make Jared Goff uncomfortable, force him into some mistakes, they should easily cover this game and potentially win it. So I'm on the Dolphins for 2 to 3 units, leaning towards the 3 on this one. There's some uncertainty with Tua, but I'll take that on for a line that seems very lopsided in my opinion.
Yeah, this spread doesn't seem correct to me. I made this line Dolphins -2.5, so I'm 6.5 points off. I'm just not a believer in the Rams. I have them in the overrated list, and I also have the Bears in the overrated list. So I really don't take anything into account as to what happened Monday night. That offense was so bad for the Bears. Cordell Patterson is running on 4th down. Like what is going on here? I don't get it. The Bears couldn't block, and yeah, I mean, maybe the Dolphins won't be able to block either, but Tua at least has some scrambling ability. And you said we haven't seen Tua yet. You know who else hasn't seen Tua yet? The Rams defensive coordinator. So they have no film on him at all, right? So I like that. I think that gives the Dolphins an edge. I like Brian Flores a lot. I think he's a very good coach, and I think he has a good plan prepared for this game. And Flores coming off a bye, I think is going to be good. Remember, the Dolphins last year were absolutely terrible. And the first sign of life we saw from them was after the bye, where they almost beat the Redskins. It came down to the final play. Kalen Ballage got stuffed on that two-point try. But the Dolphins almost won that game. And, it was Brian Flores off a bye. So I like Flores coming off the bye. And, I just think that this is also like a very tough preparation dynamic for the Rams, because I mentioned how they've been good in early start times on the East Coast, but they just played Monday night, so that's just one fewer day of preparation. It's just a tough scheduling spot. They're going to be tired. They're coming off a big win on national TV, and I just don't think they're going to take the Dolphins seriously. And I like the Dolphins. Their 3 losses this year have been against the Bills, the Seahawks, and the Patriots back when the Patriots had a healthy Cam Newton. Whereas the Rams are 5-2, but they beat the NFC East, like who cares? And then the Bears. So the last time they played a team that was actually like pretty good, they were being destroyed by the Bills 28-3. They made it close at the end when the Bills kind of fell asleep. So I think the Dolphins should be able to should beat the Rams. Given that they don't know, the Rams don't know anything about Tua, and I just think with the scheduling dynamics and the spread value, even if the Rams win, I think it'll be a close game. So I definitely love the +4.
Yeah, I think it's just such a great number. Like you can't go wrong with this. And I do think like I had Tua pretty much tied with Joe Burrow, if not slightly ahead of him in my quarterback draft rankings. Now, I'm also like tend to root for Alabama, so I'm a bit biased in this category. But I do think that he has a ton of talent, and any other year, if he doesn't get hurt, we'd have a debate of is Tua the number one pick or is it going to be Burrow? And to your point about the Rams not having any film on him, we saw what happened with the Chiefs when Justin Herbert was a surprise starter. They gave up quite a bit of yardage and points to the Chargers early on, and that game went into overtime, which a lot of people didn't expect. Now, this obviously isn't as big of a surprise as that because no one has crushed Ryan Fitzpatrick's lung before the game, but still no tape. It's going to be difficult to figure out how Tua is going to work in that system.
Yeah, they're going to have to look back to see how he did against the SEC defenses, which is not ideal. It's just not. It's just a tough preparation game for them, a non-conference foe, and coming off a big win on Monday night. It just seems like the Dolphins are a great play. They're one of my top picks of the week. So glad we're on the same side.